Okay, fashion. Well, I haven't used this background in a long time. This is my childhood home. I used to film videos with this background like way back in the day, like my vegetarian video and like all kinds of videos. Hi friends, I hope you're all having a great day today. If you're new to my channel, hi, my name is Kate. Today, we're gonna talk about a lot of things that have been happening in my life, that have been happening super quick, that have been just a lot of change and a lot of just stuff that I haven't filled you in on. I haven't filled a lot of people in on. A lot of people are surprised because they're just finding out the news now, and it's been happening since like April 1st. Before we get started, shout out to my cat. Look at her. Say hello. Let's jump into it. So the too long didn't read of it is I'm moving to California. But to really know why I'm doing this, we need to go back like 4, 5, 7 years. Let's jump back. So I grew up in Connecticut, and then I also went to college in Connecticut. Big thing in my brain when I went to college was I cannot move home after college. Like, nope, can't move home. Like a pride thing, like a I don't want to fail thing. I also had a fear of failure, so do with that what you will. I was very determined to not move home after I graduated. Now, I love my parents, I love them so much, but I was just like, I want to see the world, I want to be independent, I need to go explore. So I decided that I was going to do another Disney college program, because that would give me another 6 to almost 12 months kind of figuring my life out, figuring out kind of what I wanted to do. I decided that, hey, I know Florida, I kind of know the area, I know I'm going to have housing when I'm there, I know I'm going to have transportation, I know I'm gonna have a job. So in August of 2014, I packed up my roommate Katie's car and we drove to Florida. So then I did my college program, which was amazing. I met so many amazing people, I met my boyfriend, like everything was going great. Then it became May of 2015. May of 2015 was the time that I needed to decide what the heck I was gonna do. A lot of my friends had left and moved on to other opportunities. I didn't want to be in CP housing again. I didn't want to move again. I wanted to get a part-time or full-time job at Disney, and I wanted to stay. And the biggest fear in my head was, do not move home. You cannot move home. So I ended up staying. I stayed part-time at Disney, and then I started working at the Nickelodeon Suites Resort. I could say that because they're not in business anymore. So that's how I feel about it. I worked there for about a year. I started as a front desk agent, and then I moved up to a supervisor, and then I actually moved up at the end and to manager on duty. So, hotels. Am I right? Like, if you worked at a hotel, you understand what I'm trying to say here. The hotel was falling apart. It was in mold, there was bed bugs, there was a lot happening, and I felt like I was on the Titanic on like the sinking ship, and it was bad. It was bad for my morale, it was bad for my anxiety, it was bad for me as a person, like getting screamed at and called like a F and B word every day by customers, not for like anything you did, it's just because the hotel was just not to their expectations, and it was just every day. I'm like, I can't keep doing this. So after a year and many crying breakdowns, I was like, I can't do this anymore. So I found another job with a company that I signed an NDA for, working as a mermaid instructor. Did that for a while, and then I threw my back out. So in my head, I was like, I know I threw my back out, but I still need to work through the pain, and it was like really bad. Like I needed like months of chiropractor appointments. Basically, it just didn't work out. You know, and sometimes jobs don't work out. I had a contact for my Nickelodeon job who was at a new hotel and was like, hey, new hotel, who dis? Basically, she was like, I need a supervisor. I need someone I can trust. I can trust you. Will you come over and help bring this hotel into shape with me? And I was like, sure, let's do it. So now it's September of 2016. I was burnt out. I was just burnt out. Like, I just wasn't the right person for that job. And like, that hurt my brain, because once again, fear of failure. I was like, this is not the right job. Like, what am I doing? Like, what is wrong with me that I am not able to do this job? It was just like flashbacks of Nickelodeon, and like, I just don't like hotels. I don't want to say never, but like, I do not think I will ever work in a hotel ever again. I don't think I can physically or mentally do it anymore. At that point, that was the scariest moment I've had in a really long time. I don't know what to do. Like, I have Disney part-time, but Disney part-time is not going to pay my bills, not going to pay my rent, my car. I can't go home, like, because now I have a rent, I have a lease. That means that I had to move back in with my parents, which is something that I really did not want to do, if you can notice from the pattern. I was, like, so overwhelmed. Like, my boyfriend was super supportive, like, my friends were super supportive, but, like, I was freaking out. That is also when I started to realize that Florida may not be for me. I don't think that I'm gonna live in Florida forever. And for a long time, I was like, yeah, like I'm gonna stay in Orlando, at least while I'm young. Like I'm gonna stay in Orlando with like my friends and like stay near Disney and Universal and SeaWorld, and like it's gonna be so fun. It was a weird and hard thing to deal with because I had put so many years. Thankfully, through all of this, I had also gotten a referral for a job in a tech company through my really good friend Sam, who I love so much. And then all of a sudden I get this email asking for an interview. So I go to this interview and it goes really well. And then I go back for another interview and it goes really well. And then I go back for another interview and I start crying afterwards. I think it goes horribly, but I get a call for the final interview. So now this is like 4 interviews and I'm meeting with the store leader and I'm like, oh my God, like I think I might get this. And then I get the call. I get the call while I'm working at Disney World. I'm like between shows. I'm like on my 15. I like get the call. I like run out and I got offered a job. It was an interesting change. For a while, I was like, this is great. Like I don't have to be in a situation of hotels. Like I don't have to deal with people for like 3 or 4 days at a time. Like I don't have to deal with like dirty rooms. I don't have to deal with customers in that kind of way. And it was great. And I loved it. I spent basically the year, I basically spent working there, working at Disney sometimes, you know, trying to travel, trying to do all these things. All of a sudden, I was starting to be like, I'm not being able to save anything. Like literally everything is going towards bills and there's nothing left over for me to save or for me to like try to build or buy a house or like grow as a person. So I was very stuck when January 2018 happened. And when January 17th happened, when my father passed away, which was it was hard. It was really hard. It was really, really hard. He passed away of a heart attack. So I flew back to Connecticut for almost 2 weeks, spent time with my family, planned all the services and hugged my cat and cried a lot and spent time with my mom and really tried to figure it all out. Once I got her set, and once I got the house set, and once I got the family set and the services set, I said bye to Dad. I flew back and then went back to work the next day, which was wrong. Don't do that. Because I went to work the next day and I cried in the bathroom and I was there for like 2 hours and I told my manager, like, I can't do this. Like, I can't be here. And she was like, okay, go home. They were really understanding about it. They were really nice about it. But I realized that I took care of everyone else except for me, which is also a pattern. I took care of everyone else. So I took care of my mom, I took care of all these people, but I didn't let myself grieve. So I went back on bereavement and I kind of just sat in my apartment and kind of tried to mentally process all of it. The thing I figured out wasn't exactly like finishing grieving for my dad, because I'm not done grieving. Like I'm not. It's gonna take years. It's gonna pop up again and again. Like when I get married and my dad's not there to walk me down the aisle, like gonna deal with it all over again. I came to enough peace with it to like live and be able to breathe without crying. The other thing I realized is that I was miserable, and not just from my dad's stuff. Like I was miserable with my job, I was miserable with my location, I was miserable with my bank account. And it's not saying that like the people in my life were like that, because I love my coworkers, I love my management team, I love my boyfriend, I love my friends, I love my roommates, I love my family, I love all of that. But the thing was, I was still miserable. And in my head, I was like, how could that be? Like, I feel like I didn't fail. I've lived away from home for almost 4 years. I have a lease, I have roommates, I have my own car, I have my driver's license. I'm living, like I have a boyfriend, like I have friends, like we go hang out, like I'm doing it. But why am I miserable? Why, after all that, am I still miserable? And then I reevaluated again and again, and I sat there and I tossed and I turned. And I really realized that Florida is not for me and I need to make a change because life is too short. My dad, out of nowhere, gone. Heart attack, done. And like, he had plans for retirement. He used to dream about retiring. He was gonna retire within a year. Within a year, he was gonna retire. And he had been working there for like 51 years. 51 years at the same company and was just about to retire and heart attack. Why would I want to put myself through that? Like, why would I want to work myself to the bone, miserable, and then just die? You know? Now I could feel it. It was like 4 years after I moved down permanently. 4 years after college, and I have nothing that I feel meant anything. Not including friends and family and loved ones. I feel like I have not built anything in my own career, in my own life, that was substantial enough to make me happy at this point. Once again, like, I loved my technology retail job. Like, I love that. Like, I still love it. But I was just not happy, and I couldn't find happiness in anything that I had done. I went on the internal transfer site for my company, and originally I'd gone on because I was like, I want to see if they have full-time roles at my location to see if I could transfer up. And then I was like, you know what? Let me look for ha-has. Like, let me look at the headquarters of this company just to see what they have. And they had a job, the same thing that I do now, but in California at their headquarters. And I was like, yes, sign me up. I've always wanted to go to California. This retail location is somewhere that I've like stalked on YouTube because I think it's beautiful. I just have this feeling about it, like this really good feeling. It's really hard for me to explain in short terms, and people are like, why are you moving there? What's going on? But then also deep in my heart, like, I want a job where I don't have to worry about bills. What I'm hoping to do is I'm hoping to move up in that world to something maybe corporate side. I just want to be happy, and I don't know what I'm doing. The thing that I realize, especially as I'm packing and getting ready to move, is that I've been running for a really long time. I ran from college because I was so terrified of having to live at home or having to move home with my tail between my legs. I was so terrified of that I ran to Florida. And then I was so terrified of failing. I was so terrified of not being able to make it work and having to move home that I literally ran from my problems, and I ran and I just worked. I worked at jobs that I hated, and I worked so hard, and I used to work 7 days a week and do all these things because I was so terrified. And like, I can't live by fear anymore. Like, I can't live in a place where I know I moved by fear, where I did everything by fear. I don't want to live by fear. I want to live because from confidence. I want to live because I want to do things I want to do. Like, I want a new start. And that's where California comes in. And I'm moving. I'm moving, and it's really scary. And it came at maybe not the perfect time. I had to find someone to cover my lease, and you know, I still had my car lease, and maybe not the most perfect time, but I think it was the right time. So I'm moving to California. I'm very nervous. I'm a little panicky, but I'm actually really excited. I'm really excited to like get to know myself. I feel like in that kind of situation, I can really get to know myself because I'm gonna be my own advocate. I'm gonna be my own friend. I'm still gonna be able to Skype with people and talk and text, and I still have my boyfriend who's gonna be in Seattle. I still gonna have all these people, but I'm gonna have a lot more alone time, and I need to really figure out who I am and how to be friends with myself. I think that's something that I need to work on. And I know my dad would be proud of me. You know, he'd be nervous, that's for sure. He'd be freaking out, but I know he'd be proud of me. And I'm really excited to get the rest of my life started. Long version, that is why I'm moving to California, because I got a job opportunity, my dad died, I had a midlife crisis, freaking out about my life, and now we are here. Yes, so I am moving to California. I'm excited, I'm nervous, I really am. I'm really scared, but I'm also like at the end of scared and like starting to go into excitement, which is nice. Other thing is that I am looking to devote more time to this YouTube channel. I love YouTube. I watch so much of it, and I always used to use excuses like, oh, I work 7 days a week, like I can't make YouTube videos, like, oh, the lighting's wrong, like, oh, I don't have anywhere to film, like, oh, the lighting. But now I am gonna be like, nope, not doing that. In an upcoming video, I am going to film me building a mini studio in my bedroom. So I already know where I'm living, and I've seen the bedroom, and I kind of want to split it into 2 spaces. I kind of want to do sleeping and then like studio. So then I literally have to get out of bed and sit down and film. That's all I have to do. If you follow me on Instagram, I'm showing a lot of different artifacts from the 90s and early 2000s that I'm finding in my room on my Instagram story, so you check that out. And yeah, that's my life right now. So I want to make this a part of my life. Like, I want you guys to be my best friends again. Like, I want us to be friends. Question of the day. Are you from California in the San Jose area and know good food places or good things I should check out in the area? Also, another one, because it's been a while, what do you want to see more of on this channel? It used to, a long time ago, be Disney College Program, then I did skits, then I did sit-down videos, and I did vlogs. So it's gone through many phases, this channel, and my other channels. So please let me know, what do you want to see? Alright friends, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys really soon. Bye!